All stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Timothy Ace Bernie Gibson.
May it please the court, I move that Timothy Ace Bernie Gibson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Timothy Ace Bernie Gibson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Noah Sidney James Berry.
May it please the court, I move that my son, Noah Sidney James Berry, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Noah Sidney James Berry be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Paris Rose Brennan.
May it please the court, I move that Paris Rose Brennan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Paris Rose Brennan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Katie Bull.
May it please the court, I move that Katie Bull be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Katie Bull be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Georgia May Buns.
May it please the court, I move that Georgia May Buns be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Georgia May Buns be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Susan Caroline.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter Susan Caroline be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Susan Caroline be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jinyu Chen.
May it please the court, I move that Jin Yu Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Jin Yu Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Vicky Chong.
May it please the court, I move that Vicky Cheong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Vicky Chong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rebecca Yan Yi Chu.
May it please the court, I move that Rebecca Yang Yi Chu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Rebecca Yan Yi Chu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rebecca J. Un Chung.
May it please the court, I move that Rebecca J. In Chung be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Rebecca J. Yun Chung be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alyssa Pugo Koniha.
May it please the court, I move that Alyssa Pugoy Konaha be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Alyssa Pugoy Konijaha be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Aoife Rachel Ann Daly.
May it please the court, I move that Aoife Rachel Ann Daly be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Aoife Rachel Ann Daly be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tiana Shani De Silva.
May it
May
please
it please the court, I move that Tiana Shani De Silva be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tiana Shani De Silva be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Leonardo Peter Fayad.
May it please the court, I move that Leonardo Peter Fayad be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Leonardo Peter Fayad be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Olga Filkoskaya.
May it please the court, I move that Olga Filkoskaya be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Olga Filkoskaya be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Marnie Ford Sloan.
May it please the court, I move that Marnie Ford Sloan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Marnie Ford Sloan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kiara Edna Rose Gay.
May it please the court, I move that Kiara Edna Rose Gay be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kiara Edna Rose Gay be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sayin Gong.
May it please the court, I move that Say Ying Gong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sai Ying Gong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nihal Gosel.
May it please the court, I move that Nehal Gosal be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nihal Gossa be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lisa Gunawan.
May it please the court, I move that Lisa Gunawan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lisa Ganawan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Thomas Edward Paul Hind.
May it please the court, I move that Thomas Edward Paul Hind be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Thomas Edward Paul Hunt be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Irene Judith Higgins.
May it please the court, I move that Irene Judith Higgins be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Irene Judith Higgins be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Isabella Ronnie Lawson Isley.
May it please the court, I move that Isabella Ronnie Lawson Isley be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Isabella Ronnie Lawson Isley be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jafer Joy.
May it please the court, I move that Jafer Joy be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Jafer Joy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alexandros Karaberis.
May it please the court, I move that Alexandros Karaberis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Alexandros Karaberis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Manat Kaur.
May it please the court, I move that Manat Kaur be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Manat Kaur be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Brandon Max Kay.
May it please the court, I move that Brandon Max Kay be admitted as a lawyer to this honourable court.
That Brandon Max Kay be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Snigdha Khan.
May it please the court, I move that Snigdha Khan be admitted as the lawyer of this honourable court.
That Snigdha Khan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Christy Jade Kufos.
May it please the court, I move that Christy Jade Kufos be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Christy Jade Kufos be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alex Krikorian.
May it please the court, I move that my brother Alex Krikorian be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Alex Krikorian be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Prisha Priya Lau.
May it please the court, I move that Prisha Priya Lau be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Prisha Priya Lau be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Astrid Therese Layla.
May it please the court, I move that my sister, Astrid Therese Layla, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Astrid Therese Layla be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Dennis Trung Hu Lei.
May it please the court, I move that my brother, Dennis Trung Hill Lee, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Dennis Trung Hu Lei be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Han Jun Lee.
May it please the court, I move that Han Jun Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Han Jun Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sage Alexandra Levy.
May it please the court, I move that Sage Alexandra Levy be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sage Alexandra Levy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jun Jun Lang.
May it please the court, I move that June Jun Liang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let June Jun Liang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Layla Menguan Lu.
May it please the court, I move that Layla Mangwan Lu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Layla Mengwan Lu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Roger Liu.
May it please the court, I move that my brother, Roger Liu, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Roger Liu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
George McDissy.
May it please the court, I move that George McDissy be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let George McDissy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Courtney Monique Manning.
May it please the court, I move that Courtney Monique Manning be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Courtney Monique Manning be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Iona McCall.
May it please the court, I move that Iona McCall be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Iona McCall be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Camilla May MacDonald.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Camilla May MacDonald, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Camilla May MacDonald be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Maya Milashevska.
May it please the court, I move that Maya Milashevska be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Maya Milashevska be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tuka Muhammad.
May it please the court, I move that Tuka Muhammad be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tuka Muhammad be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Matthew Miles Moran.
May it please the court, I move that my son, Matthew Miles Moran, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Matthew Miles Moran be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
James Lee Newman.
May it please the court, I move that James Lee Newman be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let James Lee Newman be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Antigone Papageorgiou.
May it please the court, I move that Antigone Papageorgiou be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Antigone Papageorgiou be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jonathan William Parkin.
May it please the court, I move that Jonathan William Parkin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jonathan William Parkin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nicola Anna Patterson.
May it please the court, I move that Nicola Anna Patterson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nicola Anna Patterson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cole Pitta.
May it please the court, I move that Cole Pitta be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Cole Pitar be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jade Marie Sams.
May it please the court, I move that Jade Marie Sams be admitted as a solicitor of this honourable court.
Let Jade Marie Sams be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Carla Sassine.
May it please the court, I move that Carla Sassine be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Carla Sassine be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ryan Patrick Smith.
May it please the court, I move that Ryan Patrick Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ryan Patrick Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mladenka Stojanovic.
May it please the court, I move that Mladenka Stojanovic be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mladenka Stojanovic be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Larissa Svetlov.
May it please the court, I move that Larissa Svetlov be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Larissa Svetlov be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Vesta Tang.
May it please the court, I move that my sister, Vesta Tang, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Vesta Tang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Miao Miao Tian.
May it please the court, I move that Miao Miao Tian be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Miao Miao Tan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Vivian Trong.
May it please the court, I move that Vivian Trong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Vivian Trong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Aliyah Brooke Tupper.
May it please the court, I move that Aliyah Brooke Tupper be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Aliyah Brooke Tapper be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Maria Sanellis.
May it please the court, I move that Maria Tsanellis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Maria Sanellis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Patricia Veng.
May it please the court, I move that Patricia Vang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Patricia Veng be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chloe Jonghei Wu.
May it please the court, I move that Chloe Chong-Hei Wu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chloe Jonghei Wu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ho Tak Yip.
May it please the court, I move that Ho Tak Yip be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ho Tak Yip be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alice Jia Li Zhao.
May it please the court, I move that Alice Jia Li Zhao be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alice Jia Li Zhao be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cynthia Zhuang.
May it please the court, I move that Cynthia Zhuang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Cynthia Zhuang be admitted as a lawyer of this court. Will now be necessary for those whose admission has just been moved to, when and as directed by Ms. Plato, stand for the purposes of swearing an oath or making an affirmation and declaration. So please stand as and when directed by our officiating officer.
Could rows 1 and 2 on my right please stand? Timothy Ace Bernie Gibson. Noah Sydney James Berry. Paris Rose Brennan. Katie Bull. Georgia May Buns. Susan Carolyn. Jin Yu Chen. Vicky Chong. Rebecca Yan Yi Chu. Rebecca Jayon Chong. Alyssa Pugoy Conahan. Aoife Rachel Ann Daly. Tiana Shani De Silva. Leonardo Peter Fayad. Olga Filkskaya. Marnie Ford Sloan. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could rows 3 and 4 on my right please stand? Kiara Edna Rose Gay. Sayin Gong. Nahal Gosser. Lisa Gunawan. Thomas Edward Paul Hind. Irene Judith Higgins. Isabella Ronnie Lawson Isley. Jafer Joy, Alexandros Karaberis, Manat Kaur, Brandon Max K, Snigdha Hakan, Christy J. Kufos, Alex Krikorian, Prisha Priya Lal, Astrid Therese Layla, Dennis Chung Hu Lee, Han Jun Lee, Sage Alexandra Levy, Jun Jun Liang, Layla Mengguan Lu. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could the row in front of me please stand? Roger Liu, George Macdisi, Courtney Monique Manning, Iona McCall, Camilla May McDonald, Maya Miloshevska, Tuka Muhammad, Matthew Miles Moran, James Lee Newman, Antigone Papageorgiou, Jonathan William Parkin, Nicola Anna Patterson, Cole Pitar, Jade Marie Sams, Carla Sassine. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? I do. Thank you. Please sit down. And could the two rows to my left please stand? Ryan Patrick Smith, Mladenka Stojanovic, Larissa Svetlov, Vesta Tang, Miao Miao Tan, Vivian Chong, Alia Book Tapa, Maria Zanellis, Patricia Beng, Chloe Donghei Wu, Ho Tak Yip, Alice Jia Li Zhao, Cynthia Zhuang. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down.
Well, may I warmly welcome you all to this, the Banco Court of the Supreme Court of New South Wales. Present with me on the bench this morning, to my right, is Justice Stern, Judge of the Court of Appeal of the Supreme Court of New South Wales. To my left, Justice Pike, who is a Judge of the Equity Division of the Court. Together, we constitute the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you to practice this morning. And we have done so sitting on the land for which the Gadigal of the Eora Nation have cared and been custodians for thousands of years, and the court pays its sincere respects to elders past and present, extends those respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Also acknowledged that sitting with us on the bench today to my far left is Her Honour Judge Robin Tupman of the District Court of New South Wales. We're delighted that she's been able to sit with us this morning. Well, to all of the newly admitted lawyers, welcome to the legal profession. Today is one for great celebration and achievement. Up here, we know how hard you've all worked to reach this important milestone. I'm also pleased to welcome those with you today or watching the live stream. For many of you, the support of your friends and family will have been invaluable on the journey thus far. For many of them, the endurance of your finely polished or developing skills of argument and persuasion may now be at an end, or maybe not. But whatever be the case, I'm sure they're all immensely proud of you, and I encourage you to take time to thank them today. Depending on how good an advocate you are, you might even be able to convince them to shout you to a civilised lunch after the ceremony to celebrate. The timing is very good. In being admitted as a lawyer of this court, you join an honourable and ancient profession, the custom of advocates swearing an oath on their admission to practice dating back to the 12th century, and this court first admitted lawyers in 1824. And so it was that in May of this year, the court to which you have just been admitted celebrated its 200th anniversary. It is, you might be surprised to learn, one of the oldest continuing courts in the world. That is something of which we, and I hope now you, are immensely proud. Please take time after the ceremony to have a look at the history wall outside this court, the photographs of our recent bicentennial sitting and the new Supreme Court gallery to get a taste of our rich history. You're also a very fortunate cohort. After this ceremony, when you move to the lobby of the court to sign the roll and receive your certificate of admission, you'll also be presented with a copy of the court's recently published bicentenary history entitled Constant Guardian Changing Times, a history of the Supreme Court of New South Wales 1824 to 2024 as a memento of your admission in this bicentennial year. The book is 400 and something pages, but I do hope you take time to read and enjoy it. There are quite a few very good pictures as well, but it has a wealth of fascinating information in it about the court of which you have each just become an officer. In celebrating the court's bicentenary, we also have celebrated 200 years of the rule of law in New South Wales, about which I'll say a little more shortly. This ceremony is attended by unique but important formalities, including the fact that your admission has been moved by someone who is already a member of the legal profession, and that you have each made a formal oath or affirmation in the presence of your family and peers and before senior judges of the court. They and we are all therefore witnesses to the serious promises and undertakings you have made this morning. The law touches every part of our society, and it can and will lead you all in many different directions and career paths, but in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation you have just made is a serious one, is a continuing one, and deserves and demands solemn regard. So whether you go on to work in private practice, at the bar, in a community legal centre, a Crown Law Office, the Aboriginal Legal Service for legal aid, or a government department or agency, or in an entirely different field, you should always be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice, and must strive at all times to uphold these cardinal values. Now, you'll see from some of the portraits of former Chief Justices which hang on the walls of this court that we are wearing the same robes, in some cases literally, as have been worn by our predecessors. And you may be wondering why, after 200 years, we still wear these robes on ceremonial occasions. I can tell you we don't do so because they're particularly comfortable, which they're not. But we do so for important symbolic reasons. They serve to highlight the continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales, although importantly the judges wearing the robes are now drawn from an increasingly diverse pool. For example, some 43% of all judicial officers in New South Wales are now female. There are also now over 600 women barristers, including the President of the New South Wales Bar Association and the incoming President of the Law Society of New South Wales. Women make up more than 2/3 of solicitors under the age of 35, and that is a radical change from the time when we commenced practice, which I like to think was not that long ago, but it has been an extremely salutary change. The other symbolic reason for continuing to wear these ceremonial robes is to distinguish the judiciary from the other arms of government and to emphasise its separateness and independence, which is a cardinal element of a system which operates under the rule of law. As to the rule of law and the importance of its continuity, we all know of the global uncertainty and insecurity besetting the world at the moment. And so the rule of law, what we understand to be the rule of law, is more important than ever, and not simply a matter of some academic construct or a phrase of theoretical import. At its simplest, the rule of law is the opposite of the arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of autocratic dictators and populists. And an independent judiciary is a very important element of a society which operates under the rule of law. Now, notwithstanding the formality and tradition attending this ceremony, the life of the law is dynamic. Not everything in the legal profession remains unchanging. The pandemic prompted a radical shift in the use of technology in our courtrooms, and the advent of AI brings with it both opportunities and challenges with which the legal profession and the judiciary are and will continue to engage. But while the increased use of technology offers a number of advantages, it's my firm view that the practice of the law has human nature and human interaction at its core. An essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people and their problems, how others react to different situations, perform under pressure, and deal with each other. An individual who is in need of your services as a lawyer will, in many cases, be an individual facing some kind of great personal challenge or crisis affecting his or her liberty, property, personal well-being, family, health, or financial position. There's therefore a need to deliver legal services not only competently, of course, but always with courtesy, integrity, and sensitivity to what are often the trying circumstances of the matter. That requires a human being with emotional and not artificial intelligence. The need for human engagement by lawyers with those needing legal assistance is also a powerful reason why there should be strong representation of lawyers from the many different backgrounds which comprise our cosmopolitan community. That very much includes Indigenous lawyers, of whom there are not enough. Diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates, and judges assists in ensuring that all people who become involved in our justice system can and feel that they can be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of our broader community and a judiciary educated in and sensitive to the many different cultural strands which contribute to the fabric of our society. The admissions ceremonies on which I have sat, including this ceremony, highlight that there is far greater diversity of background amongst junior lawyers than when I commenced practice. That's a very good thing, and leaders of the profession and of the courts are working hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity. That in turn builds trust in and respect for not only the courts, the judiciary, and the legal profession, but also ultimately for the rule of law. So let me now offer a little bit, not too much, a little bit of professional and personal advice. As a lawyer, you'll often need to make difficult ethical decisions. You must use the tools you have developed to think critically and not compromise on your fundamental duties to the court and to the administration of justice. As I said earlier, the oath or affirmation you've just made is a continuing one. At various points of your career, you might make mistakes, some minor, maybe some more serious, and we all make mistakes from time to time if we're honest with ourselves. When you do make mistakes, your commitment to honesty, integrity, and the administration of justice means that you must take responsibility, correct what you can, and learn from those errors. One mistake I often advise young lawyers not to make is to fall into the trap of giving your clients the advice you think they want to hear. I can tell you now that will not be good advice, and they will not welcome it in the long run when the true picture emerges. Your role as a lawyer is to be independent and critical thinking, to advise your clients of their rights and obligations, whether that message is well received or not. Aspects of the law, especially if you're involved in the litigation side of practice, can be confrontational. The practice of the law is stressful and demanding enough without personal animus and antagonism between practitioners adding to the load, as regrettably it sometimes does. So it's essential that you maintain your detachment, balance, and good humour when dealing with your colleagues including those with whom you negotiate or against whom you litigate, remembering at all times that you are now members of a profession and not a business. There is an important difference. Another thing you should remember is that the best advocates can and do make their point simply and succinctly. Often, less is more. Some of the most experienced lawyers and even judges could also use that reminder from time to time. For a non-lawyer, law is often incomprehensible, complex, difficult to understand. One of your roles, an important role as a lawyer, will be to make the law accessible to others. So strive to be clear and concise at all times in both your written and oral advice. To do so facilitates access to justice. In the practice of the law, your physical and mental health are both extremely important. This is something we're far more conscious of today than 20 or 30 years ago. There may, and I dare say will be, times when you feel overwhelmed, burnt out, or distressed. Legal practice can be all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. Now, that's often because well-motivated lawyers will want to go the extra mile for their clients. They want to ensure that no stone is left unturned, that a brief is fully prepared, that a case an advice is comprehensive and the like, and that's all admirable, but it can have the downside of being physically and mentally taxing. So you must, while working hard, also work hard to keep your balance and keep your eye out to ensure that your colleagues do so as well. If you do get overwhelmed by it all, as frankly we all have from time to time, try to take a step back and recapture some perspective. You should also know, or if you already know, remember that the law is a highly collegiate profession. And in this context, I'm going to call on young representative of the New South Wales Bar, but also speaking this morning on behalf of the Law Society, to say a few words by way of welcome to the legal profession. Ms Anderson, do you move?
Thank you, Your Honour. May it please the Court. My name is Brianna Anderson and I've been practising for 3.5 years at the Bar, predominantly in commercial and construction law. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association and the New South Wales Law Society, I welcome you all to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, whilst also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and importantly, to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The Bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. I love the challenge of the law, and at the Bar every day is different. Whilst the law might be old, it is continually changing, meaning that I'm learning every day. I enjoy working with a variety of people, including individuals and companies, and appearing in various jurisdictions. Coming to the Bar is not something that I ever thought that I would do. However, without giving it much thought at the time, my journey to the Bar actually started on the day that I was admitted. My parents and I arrived a bit early and stopped in for coffee at Bean Bar just outside the court. There were no tables available, so my dad asked a gentleman who was sitting on his own whether we could share his table. He agreed, and we had a brief conversation with him, but one that I have remembered to this day. He was a barrister and in his first 5 years of the Bar, and he was also in a new barristers committee like I am today. And he said that he was passionate about trying to encourage young lawyers to join the profession, particularly women. Whilst I quietly smiled and nodded, internally I rebuffed the suggestion, thinking that I was not good enough or smart enough. However, I am here standing before you today representing the Bar Association. That day, the day of my admission, that little seed was planted in my mind. It took me a few years to realise that maybe it was something I wanted to do, and it took me a while for me to learn that the Bar is far more diverse than I had perceived as a young lawyer. Since coming to the Bar, I've never looked back, and I've never forgotten that fateful encounter at Bean Bar on the day of my admission. If you are interested in coming to the Bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website. And each year there is also a Career at the Bar Open Day. In your first year of practice as a reader, you receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority who meet with you weekly, review your work, and teach you practical skills. But the support you receive is not limited to those 2 barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. There is an open door policy and it is adopted by all. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including the New Barristers Committee, which organises social and educational functions for barristers of less than 5 years, and the Diversity and Equity Committee, which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual orientation. Whether as a lawyer or a barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or the Bar Association and to use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Perhaps today, the day of your admission, this is the seed planted in your mind, like it was in mine almost 10 years ago. Maybe the bar is not something you think you will ever do. I didn't. But don't close your mind to the idea. It is a fantastic and rewarding profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association and the New South Wales Law Society, I welcome you to the legal profession and I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this honourable court. May it please the court.
Well, can I say this to you all by way of closing? The law is a wonderful profession. It's stimulating, it's challenging, and it's satisfying. And it's populated by intelligent, committed, and dynamic people such as yourselves. You should be proud to be a lawyer, proud of your achievements to date, and proud of the profession you have just joined. It is a very important profession that underpins stability and cohesion in our community. And you are now a very important part of that very important profession. So work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourself too seriously. We wish you all the very best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead and a full and rewarding career. So on behalf of Justice Stern, Justice Pike, and all of our colleagues on the Supreme Court, I once again congratulate you on your admission and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.